Wow, even more crazy antics in this week's episode of Dandadan. Is it just me, or is this thing getting better? This week's episode, Season 2, Episode 3, You Won't Get Away With This, covered roughly 3.3 chapters. That's chapter 42 to 44, and a few pages of chapter 45. 3 pages to be exact. But what are the main changes the anime made? Dandadan has got to get the award for changing the least and being the most closely related to its manga counterpart I've ever seen of any anime. Hardly anything in this episode was changed. The pacing was on point, the storyboard was pretty much the same, and I pride myself on finding differences, so this is a huge hit to my pride. But despite that, there are some changes here and there. More like alterations. For one, the fight scene when Okarun was running from Jiji, or rather the now possessed and transformed Jiji, was extended a little bit beyond what the manga had. The manga had only like 1 page. In the anime, we get a gloriously animated scene of him kicking his cursed ball at Okarun, showing its destructive force and that he can have angular control over this thing. Damn, that's really cool. One aspect of Dandadan that I've never really spoken about is the goddamn artwork. You might think because it's wacky, zany, and crazy that Dandadan's artwork of the manga may not be up to par. It may be a little crazy, you know, some squiggly lines all over. But that's where you're wrong. Because Yukinobu Tatsu poured his heart and soul into every illustration, beautifully rendering some masterful works of art that you won't even believe were simply drawn by hand. Just look at this. Look at the detail. This is completely insane. He also has a knack of overlaying certain characters and scenes with other panels, giving it this comic book feel for a manga format. If you haven't read the Dandadan manga as yet, you're missing out on a lot because you could be stuck on 1 page simply admiring the art. And if you have read the manga, let me know what your favorite aspect of the manga is. One aspect of this anime that I really loved is how the anime handled Jiji, or rather Evil Eyes, going about having his control over his cursed ball, or whatever you might call it, a cursed orb. Well, that seems more like a Jujutsu Kaisen thing, doesn't it? Anyways, he uses the eye on his forehead, which looks like a Rinnegan, shout out to my Naruto fans out there, to control its trajectory. Him kicking it also seems to do a little bit of angular control, but it's more along the lines of propelling it forward so he can change its direction anytime he feels like it. But he can also manipulate its shape and composition. We saw this very clearly when it lit up, and then he captured Okarun. It wasn't really demonstrated or clearly done in the manga, but I really don't fault the manga for that. I think the anime is doing a superb job in elevating the content of the manga, even though we aren't changing much from each episode. I'm very much enjoying every last episode. So again, another week, another Dandadan episode. Absolutely loved it. Not much was changed as per usual. Let me know what your favorite part of this episode was and leave a comment below. Don't forget to leave a like and a subscribe on your way out. Until I see you next time, V Nation. Peace out. Stay safe out there. Bye.